Falcon Blues TV with 10bet. Click on the link in the description and use the code SPORT to get 100% back up to £50 when you sign up.
Alright, welcome back to Falcon Blues TV. Everton have just been roundly trounced for the second game in a row by Tottenham Hotspur. Tottenham Hotspur 4, Everton 0 at Tottenham Stadium. And yeah, just what do you say to that? Except that, you know, Sean Dyche was talking about how fans are, you know, basically voting with their feet when the results aren't going their way. I'd love to know his excuse for that one today, because that was a colossal shit show from start to finish. Players aren't asked, players unfit, players being, you know, thrown in at the deep end in the debut because we haven't recruited properly. Yeah, just I mean, I've got stuff written down here. I mean, just like I say, poor all round. The first goal, you know, Kulishevsky's just danced around the 18-yard box before laying it off for what was a good goal. Don't get me wrong, it was a terrific goal. But just defensively could have been better, could have just cleared your lines. We're taking like these little niggly tackles and like throwing a leg in and hoping something sticks, and it's not working. Second goal, Jordan Pickford, absolutely no idea what he was doing for that. I mean, we've seen him always trying to take these long kicks when the ball's been played across him. You don't do it against someone like Son, who scored goals against Everton for fun, mate. It just doesn't happen, and we've been punished for that. Third goal in the second half. I mean, I'll talk about the first half bit. I mean, Roman Dixon, who come in, has made his debut for Everton today, made a good account of himself, to be honest with you, against a couple of lads there who just constantly harassed him on the right hand side there. And fair play to him, he stuck to it. Good performance, and hopefully, you know, that'll carry him into Doncaster on Tuesday. And you know, we had a little spell about 5 minutes before the end of the first half where we literally just couldn't put the ball in the net. You know, I think we had 3 or 4 corners on the spin, and then, you know, we had chances. We were trying to, you know, it's just Keystone Cops type stuff. The ball's just spilling out everywhere. And then McNeil plays in the lamest free kick ever. Put the ball in with some pace and give them something to think about. I don't understand this half-assed goal, you know, free kick routine of trying to put it in and like trying to be cute or be smart. Put it in and give someone something to fucking think about. We don't do this ever. The second half starts, and the third goal rather is just absolutely diabolical defending. It's gone like 2 defenders in Keane and Tarkowski, pair of them just massive grocks and just being out jumped on a set piece. Shouldn't happen. They should be doing so much better. And then the fourth one, Van de Ven's just been allowed to run 80 yards unimpeded. No one's got in and tried to take a cynical tackle. I think they were all scared after what happened with Ashley Young last week. But clean them out. Just shoulder barge in the middle of the pitch. Instead, you just let him run 80 yards unimpeded to give the ball to Son to score a second goal. And then that just brings us on to the team in general. You know, Decore, Dwight McNeil, Jack Harrison, Idrissa Gueye, Michael Keane. I know what, Michael Keane didn't play too bad. But these players are like, these are the ones that he's over-relying on. And because we haven't got another side, we haven't got a team that can actually compete. This is a team that can't compete in the Premier League at the moment. All right, I know it's Brighton and I know it's Spurs, and you know you normally don't get results about them because they're both very good sides, very, very good sides, I should say. But at least give it a go. There's players there running half-arsed, not interested, or you know, Dwight McNeil's playing in the middle of the pitch and can't play a ball on his right foot and can't play to the right hand side. That's poor. That's poor decisions. That's poor tactics. That's poor recruitment. All in all, you know, Jack Harrison, another one who is predominantly all left-footed, but he's insisting on playing him and McNeil, both heavily left-footed players, and it doesn't work. Decore is just, I don't know. offload him tomorrow because he's not been the player he has been for at least 18 months, and it's not, you know, he goes with all best intentions because, you know, the goal against Bournemouth and stuff like that, yeah, of course. But it just feels like these players are just going through the motions, and that leads me on to someone like Calvert-Lewin, who I know is chasing lost causes, is chasing nothing, is getting no service, but just didn't look arsed, doesn't look bothered, looks like he's trying not to get injured for, you know, to be gone in the transfer window before Tuesday. And at this rate, you go, I'll go, mate, because you're offering nothing, we're not offering you nothing, so what do you want to do? You know, but you know full well what will happen is he'll go, and we won't recruit anyone. We won't have time to bring anyone in. You know, we brought in Jake O'Brien, we brought in Iliam Ndiaye, and we brought Jesper Lindstrom, who, but I agree with Dice there. They didn't look ready. When they came on for that half-hour cameo, they didn't look ready at all, which is fair enough. But you don't know until you put them on the pitch. Jake O'Brien, we bought him, but obviously he's not going to get played. Is Branthwaite definitely going then? Is that the reason why? And, you know, we're waiting to see what happens with Jared Branthwaite before the end of the window. But it's all too little, too late. You know, the season started, teams have started, and they're putting goals past us like it's nothing. We're on -7, and we're probably bottom of the league. I haven't looked at the Premier League table. I tend not to open a few games, but that's a worry in itself. You know, we're conceding goals, and we're not scoring goals at all. We're not creating. We didn't have a shot on target until 65 minutes. You know, that's a worry. You know, it's. I honestly don't know what the answer is. I mean, if Dice thinks that's a good performance, or he comes out with some bollocks about like, oh well, it was, you know, we're up against a good Spurs side and stuff like that, eat a dick, mate, because that's just shit. I don't want to hear that. I want to hear what you're doing to rectify this team and get this team scoring goals, creating chances, because we look unfit, we look half-arsed, we don't look like scoring, we barely look like defending, and we just look like a team that is not in the least bit ready for the Premier League. And it's on Dyche. It's got to be. The tactics aren't there. There's no tactics, lad. Last week at Brighton, there was no tactics. This week, there was nothing. It was all damage limitation. And I agree. And people will say this, oh, but we're playing Spurs on a good side. But give me a reason to shout. Give me a reason to say, you know what, that wasn't a bad little. We lost. Maybe we lost 2-0, whatever. But we gave it a go. We had some concerted effort, not pockets of 5-minute spells that don't amount to anything. So there needs to be a reaction on Tuesday against Doncaster. There will be, because it's League Cup and it's lower opposition. But they'll be up for it. They'll have seen our last 2 results. They've seen what people are like at Goodison Park when the results aren't going our way, and they'll probably be up for it. They'll give it a go. They did when we played them at their place last season, and you just hope that we've got enough confidence now, because confidence must be on the floor. That we've got enough there to get us through. We should. You know what I mean? Fucking hell. You know what I mean? I'm going to start saying that we're going to get beat by Doncaster, because we should get through. We should be through comfortably. And then that takes us on to Bournemouth at home on the following Saturday. That needs to be the big reaction. Needs to be something at home. Dice needs to pull his finger out and get this sorted. Delwell needs to start dipping into some random fucking South American league where some lad is scoring 25 goals a season, because we've got nothing. And if Calvert-Lewin goes, that's a big worry. If, you know, we lose players, we haven't got a dedicated right back because they're all injured, and we're having to drag a lad out of the under-19s. A 19-year-old out of the under-23s, and that. There's got to be reaction, and it starts on Tuesday. So fucking sort it out, Everton. Up the fucking toffees, Colin Chong.